Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Now at 6 a.m. on WKYT, we're tracking a crime alert after an armed robbery near the UK campus.
Shots fired on campus leads to UK coach Mark Stoops suspending 4 players.
And a firefighter had to be rescued after a bridge collapse sent the fire truck crashing right into a creek. One of those stories and more, and breaking news as it happens, coming up on WKYT This Morning. Top of the morning to you and welcome aboard. Good to have you with us here on Tuesday, September 30th, the last day of September. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Seems we're heading into October in a nice way.
And with transitions coming late in the week, it sounds like. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris, who's tracking that for us, and some fog this morning.
Yeah, that's kind of the only issue we have outside. It's kind of foggy down toward the south and the east. If you saw any rain the past couple of days, then expect a little fog around your neck of the woods. We're 3 miles in Jackson, 0 there in the Pulaski, Laurel, and also working way down into the Bell County area. That's where we're seeing the most dense fog. So just heads up for that as you're traveling this morning. We saw a shot before we came out of the break out at MSU, and yeah, you're going to see a little fog over toward the eastern zones too there, Moorhead. 50s out and about. It is fairly cool, especially across the western zones. 80 by the afternoon. It's a nice day. It's pretty much what you saw yesterday. And there will be much of the same going throughout the next few days, but still some big changes as we head off toward the weekend. And I think we're even colder than yesterday. And I'll show you those numbers coming up in a few minutes.
Mike, thank you. Here's what's new on WKYT this morning. We're tracking a crime alert near the UK campus. A man tells police that he was hit with a gun during an overnight robbery.
Lexington police and UK police both investigating this crime. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel is live on campus with new details.
Good morning, everyone. UK police issued a crime alert early this morning after a robbery was reported on campus. The alert states that around 11:15 last night, a man who is not a UK student or employee was walking on East Maxwell Street across from the Max K German House and Cultural Center. That's when 3 men with handguns walked up to the victim and demanded his wallet and cell phone. After giving up those items, one of the suspects then struck the man with a gun. Police say the 3 robbers then took off and ran away from campus. All 3 of them are believed to be in their late 20s. Now, in light of this crime, UK police are offering a couple of safety tips. They recommend carrying a cell phone to be able to call for help in case of an emergency. Try not to walk alone after dark if at all possible. Students can request a free SafeCat student safety escort after hours. We have more of these tips and information from UK police listed on WKYT.com. And of course, if you have any information about this latest robbery, call UK Police or Lexington Police. Live in Lexington, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
All right, Whitney, thank you. And meanwhile, 4 UK football players have been suspended from this weekend's game with South Carolina after some tense moments on campus.
UK police say the group fired off shots from an airsoft gun. They will now, of course, miss Saturday's game, and they may even face criminal charges. WKYT's Sean Moody is live at Commonwealth Stadium with more.
Well, good morning, Rebecca. UK police say they'll be meeting with the Fayette County Attorney's Office today to figure out what the next steps will be. The night this happened, UK police told us that whoever fired those shots could face charges of wanton endangerment and terroristic threatening. Now, this stems from that incident Sunday night that put South Campus on lockdown. Witnesses reported hearing several gunshots in the area of the Kerwin Blanding dorm complex. UK police rushed to the area, told students to take shelter and search for a possible gunman. Yesterday, they released surveillance pictures of a group of people they wanted to talk with and said the shots apparently came from an airsoft gun. A few hours later, UK officials announced 4 players, Dorian Baker, Drew Barker, Tymir Dubose, and Stanley Williams have been suspended for Saturday's game against South Carolina because of the incident. Students who were in the area at the time said they were afraid the shots had come from a real gun.
I was pulling in and all of a sudden the gun started happening, and so I just ducked and I told my friends to get in and they ducked too.
UK police told us they found 1 airsoft gun and 2 BB guns after the incident. Campus officials tell us guns of any kind are prohibited here at UK. Live in Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
New this morning, police are investigating a break-in at a Lexington country club. Happened just before 3 this morning at the Spring Valley Golf Club on Sandersville Road. Police say they found a phone line that had been cut. They think someone got in through a window, but appears nothing was stolen in that. Well, a woman is recovering after being caught up in some crossfire of a gun battle. Lexington police say the woman was sitting on her own front porch on 5th Street. That's when they say two groups of people started shooting at one another as they were driving down Ohio Street. The victim was hit by a stray bullet.
She was just holding her legs and I just seen blood and she was saying she was hit.
The victim's family says she's still in the hospital. Police say it's too soon to say if this crime is connected to the rash of weekend shootings.
Now 6:05 on WKYT this morning. 2 eastern Kentucky firefighters are recovering after a bridge collapse. It happened in Martin County. The Warfield Volunteer Fire Department was on its way to a fire when the bridge fell apart, sending the fire truck right into a creek. One firefighter was able to get out on her own, but Lieutenant Alex Alley says the crash knocked him out.
And the next thing I know, the cab of the engine is tilting back up into the driver's side in the air. And a little blurry after that. I mostly remember red lights, hillside, and then water rushing into the cab of the engine.
Another crew responding to the house fire saw the crash and was able to pull Alley out. He and Rhonda Estep were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. A hot plate may have been what caused a massive fire at a Madison County motel. The fire damaged several rooms at the Country Hearth Inn off the Eastern Bypass in Richmond. After several hours, police say they found a hot plate inside the room where the fire started. The state fire marshal's office will be at the motel today to determine the exact and official cause of the fire.
A 911 call landed a Central Kentucky woman in jail.
What's your emergency? My phone is up. Okay. That's not really an emergency.
Dispatchers sent police to Angie Roberts' home anyway, but investigators say she swore at the officers and kicked them out. Police charged her with disorderly conduct and criminal mischief. A few days later, she was again arrested for a different crime. From jail, Roberts told us she needs some help.
But obviously there's something wrong with me if I keep ending up in jail. I mean, normal people aren't in jail all the time.
Roberts also told us her phone would only take emergency calls, so that's why she got frustrated and called 911.
2 Kentucky counties can now use federal money to help police fight drugs. The Office of National Drug Control Policy named Madison and Nelson counties high-intensity drug trafficking areas. That means those counties will receive federal money to pay for things like overtime for police working on drug cases. In all, 26 counties and cities around the country received the designation. Kentucky has the nation's 3rd highest death rate from drug overdoses. Driverless cars may soon be the transportation of the future, but what about getting around on sidewalks?
This electric unicycle could be the answer. These one-wheeled wonders can go 12 miles an hour and have a range of 28 miles. Mailmen in Britain are already trying them out now, and commuters using them because they are portable, cheap, and pretty fun to ride.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
That's great, unless you're, talking about snow and ice, and then you can run into problems, right?
There have been some other devices that have had mixed results, we'll say, out there, on the sidewalk. So
Yeah.
See how it goes. 6:08 is the time this morning.
All right, let's check how things are moving on the roads.
Let's go out to Officer Don and check on live drive traffic. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Well, no collisions right now in the city. We just checked the circle to start things off, and we look okay on the inner and outer loops. Also, Man of War from Versailles Road over to the Hamburg area. Everything's moving great. Let's get a look outside. We'll show you real quick what's happening. A live look at I-75, I-64 through the northern split there. All the exit ramps look good, too. Across the Clays Ferry Bridge, no problems, and looks like our construction zones are holding their own for now, at least. We'll keep an eye on traffic flow as things increase. On our Waze map this morning, a couple of stalled cars, but that's about it. Other than that, live drivers reporting it's a normal ride in. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, and Officer Don and Deanne are on 98.1 The Bull with some good music and fun when you get in your car. And WKYT This Morning is just getting started.
Well, forget teaching Fido to roll over. These dogs have learned to hang 10.
Looks like it.
Looks good again today. We head throughout the afternoon and really the next couple of afternoons staying dry, sunny, a little bit warm too before that cold front comes blasting in here on Friday. Big day, opening day of Keeneland. I'll show you if it's going to rain us out coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris and First Alert Defender.
We are looking across the region and seeing a pretty nice start to the day. I kind of like it right there in the low to mid 50s. Kind of cool outside. But one issue we do have is a dense fog advisory. That's for the south and the eastern zones. If you have seen rain around your neck of the woods, any rain just around you, it doesn't have to fall on you the past couple of days. No doubt about it. You have the moisture on the ground. You have the clear skies. And there you have it. You get a little fog going on with those light winds. So that's going to be the case. Hal Rogers Parkway, Mountain Parkway, rolling through, say, Wolfe County. And then work your way southbound, Adair County, Russell County. I know you guys aren't in it as of right now, going with Casey and Lincoln County, but that doesn't mean you're not going to be seeing some fog. There will be some patchy fog, so just keep that in mind as you're traveling across 127 and also 27. But go back farther toward the east and the southeast. That's where you're seeing the most dense fog. And it's pretty widespread, so you got to be watching out for that. London, no doubt about it, dealing with it. Frankfurt, not so much. Looks pretty good. Richmond, I-75, we're doing all right. And they're in the low to mid 50s. Now, let's go zone by zone toward the afternoon. Same story, different day. I mean, right around 80 degrees there in the Bluegrass region. So what you felt yesterday is what you're going to be feeling and seeing today. That's going to be the case southbound with sunny skies. A little bit warmer over toward the west like we have had. And go over toward the east, we'll be in the upper 70s, lower 80s. Kind of depends on when we can get rid of this fog. I'd expect it right around 9 to about 11 a.m., kind of just withering away. So just expect it to get on out from there. By the afternoon, you'll see plenty of sunshine. This morning down in southeast, not so much. Sun and cloud mix up toward the northern zones, right there in the upper 70s to lower 80s. So yes, it'll be warmer. It'll be dry as we head throughout the next few days, about 3 days. And then we hit Friday. That's when we start to see that front push on in. And that's bad timing. Got a lot of festivals going on, a lot of events. And the big one, opening day of Keeneland. It kicks off about 1 p.m. Here's the deal. I expect a lot of the rain to come through during the morning hours, but still I think there's going to be some left over during the afternoon too. So kind of depends on that rain and kind of the timing of it will depend on if we can get some things in full swing there for Keeneland. We'll see how it turns out. Still a few days away before we actually hit that. That cold front comes blasting in here and you will absolutely feel it. Chilly air on the way. Tim Lewis, my friend down at Eubank, how cool is that? You see these clouds often. It's kind of those wispy clouds coming out of some of those cumulus clouds. And what that is, we call it virga. And it's basically just that rain evaporating before it hits the ground. So that's a really cool shot. Another one, Francis Sawyer's there in Adair County. Beautiful, beautiful sunset. It's gorgeous pictures right there. Tim, Francis, we appreciate it. Next few days look good, no issues whatsoever. It's just going to be a little bit warmer. Then that rain there on Friday night football is going to be iffy. Saturday, that football game's not going to be iffy. It's just going to be chilly. Throw that jacket on before you take off. 59 for your high on Saturday. That means the kickoff time at 7:30 more than likely be right there in the low 50s. Yeah. Get ready for it. 40s by second half.
That's
Here we go.
stout.
That's right. You'll feel it.
It's fitting for October, though. You know?
Yeah, I think so.
That's true. Here we go. Our time this morning coming up on 6:16. And when you're a dog in Southern California, you can forget about the daily walk.
That's because some pups traded in the leash for a surfboard. The annual Surf City Surf Dog Competition features man's best friend showing off their skills on the waves. Each dog was judged on their skills, duration of their ride, and also their confidence. Other events included a dog red carpet, as well as the inauguration of the Surf Dog Walk of Fame. Looks like they are having a
Dandy
good old time.
Yeah,
Yes.
look at that. Some of them just really have some skill, don't they?
It's a dog's life. I'm telling you, California.
How about that in that warm California sun? All right, good to have you along on WKYT this morning, and we'll be back in just a moment with a lot more news.
Get out your wallet before your next accident. Why some hospitals want patients to pay before getting any treatment.
Just check Nicholasville past Man of War, still holding her own there. No trouble on Tates Creek Road. From Man of War down to the circle, it's one click of the light in the turn lane to get onto the circle at Tates Creek. Let's get a look outside. We'll show you what to expect. Live look at Nicholasville Road and Shady Lane toward campus. Get there while you can. Now back to you in the studio.
Well, get ready to whip out your credit card before you are wheeled into the operating room. More hospitals are asking patients to settle the bill in advance. That's because Americans are shouldering a greater portion of their health care bills, and medical centers don't want to get stuck with patients who can't pay. New technology is allowing hospitals to determine the patient's responsibility in advance of treatment. The holiday season is here for retailers. Major U.S. stores will add more than 800,000 temporary jobs this fall. That's the most since 1999, according to a jobs placement firm. Target will hire 70,000 workers. Macy's will open 86,000 positions, and Walmart will bring on 60,000. All of this employment is in anticipation of increased spending this holiday season. Action seekers, there's a new way to capture all your adventures. GoPro is about to roll out 3 new cameras. Included is the less expensive GoPro Hero for $130. That sent stock soaring 11% Monday. Since GoPro debuted in June, its stock has shot up 280%.
Well, you can capture some amazing video there with that. All right, 6:21, the time this morning. WKYT on the air with all the latest this morning. The Kentucky Wildcats host South Carolina this weekend, but they'll be playing without some key players. Details on the suspension of 4 football athletes after shots were fired on campus. That's coming up.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Happy birthday to you guys. Waking up with a little fog down toward the south and the southeast. That's where we've had that chance of rain and even some rainfall across the region in the past 48 to about 72 hours. That's why you're seeing a little fog here and there. And some of this fog is very dense, so watch out for it. That dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. for the south and southeast. Other than that, it's a bit chilly. We're sitting there at 50 degrees in Danville. That's kind of cool. And as those kids are going out the door, might have to throw a coat on them because it will be slightly cool sitting out there by the bus stop. 80 degrees by the afternoon. They won't need a coat after that. Beautiful conditions today. Here is a beautiful little kitten, and this is Loki from Stacy. And Loki at this time was 4 weeks old. And you can see that is a cute kitten right there. Nice little pet, nice little friend.
How about Loki?
Yeah, Stacy, we appreciate it very much. Sports time. Let's see what's good.
Mark Stoops suspending 4 freshmen for the South Carolina game. This action coming because of the on-campus incident Sunday night. Of the 4, Dorian Baker and Boom Williams are the 2 who have played. Drew Barker and Tamir DeBose are likely redshirted for the season. This, of course, is a distraction Stoops does not need. When he spoke at his weekly news conference yesterday, he said he just had been contacted about the incident. Kentucky's 3-1 after beating Vandy, but Stoops believes his team can be a lot better.
In the last game, I thought we did some good things. I thought we were very resilient in hanging in there and getting the victory. I thought we started fast, but we need to be more consistent. And I've said it over and over. And our team is starting to get that at times, but we're just, it comes down to being a fundamental football team. And on both sides of the ball and on special teams. We just need to continue to improve and worry about ourselves and get better at what we're trying to do.
Yesterday in Louisville, UK was hosting their tip-off luncheon at the Galt House, and John Calipari laying out for the fans some of his strategy for this upcoming season. Calipari taking questions from the audience, and with so much talent on the roster, the bigger question is how will all the Wildcats get playing time?
We are going to start the season 2 platooning with the 2 guys that are not in that group being a sub at guard and a sub at big if there's foul trouble, injury, or whatever, so they're included. And I will do it. My hope is we do it throughout the year. And again, no one's ever done this before. Here's what I would tell you. If it's not about those guys, we're playing 8 of these guys. And those other 2 or 3, you're out. But if we're about them and them, all of them eating, this is the only way you can do it. Well, it's never been done before. Well, it's going to be done now.
And that is a look at sports. We hope you enjoy your Tuesday.